Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm an average lifter. The criteria that I give myself to consider myself an average lifter come down to my intentions as it pertains to exercise, fitness, and nutrition, as well as just maintaining a healthy lifestyle. The reason that I pursue all of those things is because I want to be healthier, look stronger, feel stronger, better aesthetic, all the kind of things that the average person who's going to the gym wants. Generally, the goal is to be healthy and to live out a healthy lifestyle. I have no intentions at the current moment of being an elite professional or maintaining any sort of status. There's no ulterior motive, but it's something that I'm open to. I've thought about it in the past, but at this very moment, I want to get strong to get strong. I want to get strong to look strong, and I want to be healthy. And I think that's what the average person wants, therefore I consider myself average. If you're wondering what this project is, go back to week 1. I explain everything in great detail, but we're going to get right into it. I'm not going to have a lot of time today, so I just kind of want to get this done. How am I feeling at the current moment? I'm not feeling great at the current moment. I've been in a pretty negative headspace for the past couple hours due to a couple different variables. So there's been a lot of stress, and a lot of it has had to do with our pets. It's something I talked about last week. We ended up having to do another emergency pet visit for a different animal in the family on Friday, and that was a long one because we figured out we needed to go around 10 p.m. and we didn't get home till about 3 a.m. and that threw off our plans for the entire weekend, and now is going to bleed into the work week a little bit. So it's been a very abrupt and hard to welcome change because we thought we were in the clear in terms of health of the family right now, and clearly it didn't turn out that way. The emergency visit was not due to anything health related like a sickness. It was an injury. Our pup broke a nail. It's bloody. They needed to take whatever was broken off. This whole thing. She's in a cone. So she's fine. She's just not very comfy right now, but it warranted a visit because it would not stop bleeding. So how was training this week? This is the first week of my new block, and so far I'm really enjoying it, surprisingly. Today was hard just to get there, to show up. But in terms of the actual training, I'm very happy with how things are going. Deload went really well. I switched up deload to really focus on my weak points and just give a little bit of love to the things I think I have a strength in. So that was nice. I liked the difference of it. Thought it was fun. So that's probably what I'll do with deload moving forward, because it still allows me to get intensity on the things I want intensity on, but allows what needs to rest to rest. So I like that. How am I feeling about nutrition this week? Nutrition was really good until the event with my dog happened, and as a result I've been pretty lacking when it comes to nutrition. It's something I need to get back on track. The weekends have been the biggest challenge, so I need to continue to work on how to plan around that, especially when there's events like this happening every week where there's an emergency or an abrupt change that I'm not aware of that throws off everything that I need to do to get my nutrition correct. So definitely something that needs work. Any injuries? At the moment, no, but I'm having some muscle soreness due to what I believe to be tension because of the stress that I've been under mentally and financially. I have a stress point in my back that I've had since I was 18. I'm 23 now, and whenever that flares up, generally something's going on, and that is the case right now. So that's the closest thing to an injury I've got, but it's something I just need to manage with rest and relaxation. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did I enjoy training this week? I'm going to give myself a 7 out of 10 because showing up was very hard, and usually my first exercise ended up being hard because I didn't want to show up and I didn't want to be there, especially today. But we showed up, we did it. By the end, I was like, okay, I showed up and I did the work. Thank God. Was it my best session? Maybe not, but it was better than how it started, and I'm glad I could at least finish the session knowing that it progressed in a positive way versus a negative way, and it was just a bad session in my head. So yeah, 7 feels good because the beginning of the week felt really good. Everything felt good. Everything was moving really good. So yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how close was I to achieving my desired intensity? I'm going to give myself a 9 for that. I think I did very well with intensity this week. I was switching up my sequencing a little bit just to try some different things, as well as trying different variations of exercises that I'm already doing. So for instance, I've been doing a standing tricep pushdown. This block I'm going to be doing that seated to see how the difference in stability is going to affect the isolation and stimulus of my triceps. And so far, I'm really excited about how that's going to turn out. So yeah, intensity has been really good. Honestly, I probably overdid it, but if we're talking about what you can do and how much your psyche kind of limits your perceived intensity and how many more reps you have, there's an argument to be made that I was pretty spot on, and I'm pretty happy about that. Any highlights? The seated tricep pushdown was one of my favorite things that I did this week, but other than that, I'm not going to lie, there's not really anything that's notable to me. Just kind of a week getting the work done. What was the hardest mental barrier pertaining to training this week? So definitely just the external variables that are going on. So like my stress with my animals and the finances of that, and work a little bit, but work has actually been all right. So I think the concept that it's been 3 weeks in a row that there's been some sort of emergency visit with my family has been a little bit mentally draining on me, just because it's starting to become a pattern, and it's something that I was really hoping wouldn't become a pattern, and I jinxed it. Not actually, but it feels that way. I think that's what's putting me in the negative headspace. That's just like, we can't find our footing right now, and that's really hard to do when there's a lot going on and a lot of planning and a lot of uncertainty going into the future about moving and finances and careers and stuff. Like we have a lot to figure out, and we are only stepping back right now in terms of that path forward. There's not been much movement towards the goal, and it's scary and it's hard. So that's been the hardest part, especially today. How's my sleep? Sleep's really bad. I've been sleeping maybe 4 hours the past couple days just because of what's happened. The dog's not reacting well to the medication that the dog needs to take. So the result of that has been some stomach issues that have been keeping both of us awake. I haven't slept well, and I can feel the tension and the lack of ability to rest and relax as a result. So sleep's been really bad. Is there anything outside of fitness stuck on my mind? I kind of went into it already. The family stuff, the financial stuff. I haven't been thinking about acting or anything that much, just because there's other priorities right now. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say that's not already been said. I think I'm a little bit checked out. I think that's what's starting to happen. I'm starting to feel burnout just as a result of the things piling on in my brain. I'm trying to find a way to welcome it, because I need to relax and accept it, but also work around it. So it's hard to kind of play that balancing act. I think the gym helped a little bit, but I think I'm going to go on a walk maybe. Is there any stress? I've already explained most of it. I think my stress levels are pretty high right now. I'm definitely in a state of like, I have to be on at all times right now. So I don't really want to rehash it all. It would just be walking around in a circle at that point. Is there anything I can do to keep me on track for next week? So the only thing that I'll say about being as stressed as I am is that it does put me on task to do things. So I'm going to go home and meal prep, and I'm going to get it done pretty efficiently. And I'm going to do laundry and stuff, and I'm going to get that done pretty efficiently, just because it's something I can control. So it's something I will do with a higher likelihood of me completing it, not letting my ADHD get in the way. So, planning for the week as usual is going to be the goal, and then figuring out sleep from there is going to be the priority. Be grateful. The gym was really hard today, and I was in a really negative headspace, and I was really angry that I had to be there, as if it was a requirement. It's not. And the more I kept thinking about how negative I was, the more I was like, but you can be grateful about this, because you are in such a bad headspace, and yet you have this way to go do something instead of nothing. I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, the gym is my therapy, and like my workout made me feel better. Like, I think people that do that, there's some merit to like, maybe like the gym can be therapy for you, but I've hit a ceiling when it comes to the gym and working out and how I use it. The work's not going to change based on my emotions, is what I'm trying to say. So when I go to the gym and I'm in a really bad headspace, I'm going to train just as hard and just as efficiently as I would if I was really excited and really happy to be there. my emotions aren't a variable that determine how that training session is going to go, so I don't want to then give the gym the credit for like if I'm emotionally okay or not, because I could just not be okay, and it has nothing to do with the gym. So if I go to the gym and then lie to myself and say, well, now I feel better, no, I just took time to process what I was worried about or emotional about, and I did that while I was at the gym. The gym is not the catalyst for it. I could go on a walk and do that. I could watch like a comfort show and watch that. I could go make food, and like there's so many other things that could be in place of the gym to be my therapy that I don't really consider it my therapy. And I think I sound like I'm talking off of my high horse and like I'm at an elevated status in some way for saying that, but I've just been using the gym so long for so many things that I've sort of outgrown the idea that my emotions are so tied to it. My intentions are in the gym when it comes to training and exercise. My passion is in the gym, and I go there because that's what I want to do objectively, not subjectively, not based on emotion. So I can have a really bad headspace going in, do the same work that I would if I was really happy, and then leave in the same bad headspace, but I will have still gone to the gym, if that makes sense. What's the vision? I'm going to keep doing this. See how next week goes. I'm an average lifter. I'll see you next week.